Hello, everybody. I think we might be live on YouTube now. So, hello, this is Edie Bell, and I'm here with CSE Cooney. And we
Hello.
are going to, we won't, I'll give it a few, I don't know quite the timing of this, so we'll give it a few seconds, but we are here to sign some books for our wonderful backers of the Treasures campaign. So, Claire, how are you today?
Oh, well, I was excited all day, so I was listening to an audiobook and lazing around, and then I got dressed up. But that's basically all I've done today. I've been kind of useless. Oh, I made crackers.
Well, that sounds pretty useful. I mean,
Yeah, it will be eventually. They're good. They're good. I like your jewels here. I like them a lot.
yes, I do work from this front of the house porch office, and so you can imagine that there's a lot of comfortable attire as I'm working, but I don't know why I'm admitting to that. No, I look like this all the time while I'm working. The rhinestones move around and
That's what I think. I imagine you like this, like
yes.
swanning around like Morticia Adams, but with more sparkles.
Yeah. Yeah, this is I just decided to tone it down because, we're going on live and I didn't want to overwhelm people or anything like that. So,
Dazzle them with your brilliance.
yeah, yeah, it's too much. You gotta take care of people that way. This
Yeah.
is an exciting day though, because it is the official release day, and I know it's other days for other people too, but here's my official holiday today is that it is the release day for the pink paperback of Saint Death's Daughter.
Yes, I wore a pink dress to celebrate. Yes, I mean, last year in April is when the hardcover came out, and it's so beautiful, it's so classy. And then I was surprised when they showed me the paperback, and it was such a new look. And so, I mean, it's the exact same cover, but repackaged in pink. It really has a different vibe. I think both are true vibes, but it is like it's very playful. It looks lighter, and it is in fact lighter than the hardback as far as doorstop material, though I still think it could stop a good door.
I totally agree with you that the fact that both editions look so independently good, so independently striking, so true to the vibe, yet also so different from each other. It's really, really interesting how that worked, especially as you said with the same illustration. So I
Yeah.
think, if you already have a hardcover, you might need to complete your collection. So
Look at that. Look at that drippy dagger and that sword. But my favorite, well, I think maybe, I don't know if it's in this one. No, it is still. My favorite are all the little skeletal mice, the skelly mice. I love them so hard.
wonderful. So we are here today. We're going to sign books in a moment, but we're here for a few reasons. So as people watching this may know, CSE Cooney just narrated the audiobook for Alanna McFall's The Traveling Triple-C Incorporeal Circus. Now, I have not heard the files yet myself, but we are not a particularly gratuitously fake family. We're pretty genuine here. And when I heard Chris, after listening to the files, I rarely hear him that excited. He was
Oh,
just going on about it's a brilliant performance, and he already had high expectations for you, of course, because he loved hearing you read Saint Death's Daughter. That was one of his favorite, audiobooks that he's had and books he's read. So he said like Claire just killed it. It's so good. He I think he said that he was reading it and all of a sudden realized he was already on chapter 6 and he just meant to listen to a few minutes. So I am incredibly excited because before too long, I'm not going to give a date yet because I don't know it exactly, but I think very relatively soon we are going to be sending that audiobook to backers and then get it out so people can listen to you reading this wonderful story. So I would like to hear how it was recording. I saw your beautiful pictures online. You looked joyous and excited.
I don't celebrate every book I do because I don't actually love every book I do. There's a part of me that always likes a part of every book I do because I talk about having there's an actor part of me, there's a writer part of me, and there's a reader part of me. And very rarely do the actor, the writer, and the reader all agree on what they like. The actor always likes anything because the actor just really likes to act. And so to get any book in my hands and to read it aloud is pleasurable to the actor. I have like an inner Mel Blanc, like it's all Looney Tunes all the time in my head, a certain part of my head, but my reader self is very discerning. It only likes certain things. It's like, it doesn't like it won't finish it because nobody has time for that. I did when I was little, but not anymore. I'm running out. And then
Mhm.
the writer part of me, oh, gets in trouble with the actor part of me because I'm so used to reading my own work aloud and editing on the fly. And also reading and writing and narrating takes a lot of concentration to do all the things at once. So sometimes I edit and then I have to go back in during pickups, which is like the voice edits to be like, yes, she said, not she told him, or whatever I might have switched. Also, like when I'm a little tired, it seems that if a word is on top of another word, I'll switch them and we won't even notice, that they'll just swap. And I'm like, why would I say that word? It makes no sense in the sentence, but it's one of those interesting things that happen. But with Alanna's book, it was a pleasure. It's so interesting because I so rarely read in my own genre, SFF, fantasy or horror. I get a lot of romance novels and mystery novels and occasionally nonfiction, none of which I write. So it's a little bit more high stakes for me when I read in my own genre, because there's a slight chance more that somebody I know and respect will listen, which means if they don't like it, that might affect me directly emotionally. And I always try to do my best, but my best, that's always up for opinion. So this time I did try to do my best, like 150%, because I actually liked the text. I had met the author through a Zoom. I really respect Athos Arts and what it does. It's like, so for me, the stakes are a lot higher even than normal, which is putting my voice out there for who knows who to listen to. I often just pretend that it's like my grandmother, like sitting and knitting and listening. And I find that both relaxing, and the stakes are important without being stressful, if that makes sense. I would want to give her the best performance ever, but also she'll love me anyway. So that's sort of how I fix it in my mind. But I had a great time, and I had one engineer the first day, and then Judy took over. Judy's usually my engineer the second and third and fourth days. And she was so into the book that I had to like catch her up on certain things. And she's like, I can't wait to edit this so I can listen to the first part of the book. So it was very friendly and fun and jolly. And I just, there were times where it was just like being on stage, because it's so much about theater, miming, clowning, which I love. I've written about clowns. I adore mimes. I used to be friends with this theater company called the Silent Theater of Chicago, and buddies with them, and they were all of their work was silent and fantastic. So I just have this like huge stakes, and it's all about the afterlife, which I like to write about. So there's ghosts and there's poltergeists, and it was very exciting, and then it's very emotional too. And when I'm reading, I like no filters, even more when I'm narrating. And so it's hard sometimes when I want to do a really good job and I'm like, but I'm about to cry, but it's not appropriate. This character is crying right now. Plus my nose gets stuffy. So, complicated, but I had so much fun.
Oh, I'm so excited. And I think I'm going to have to listen to it, which sounds funny. Like, why wouldn't you? But the editor's secret is a lot like the author's secret, that when you edit a book and you've read it over and over and over and over again, you don't necessarily, right when it's released, go read it again.
For sure.
So it's been a few years for me. So I think I'm going to have to, I'm definitely going to have to listen to this. I'm so excited. And we don't do spoilers here, obviously, but I cannot wait to hear how you handled, we'll call it the performance scene.
I
We'll
love
call it
that
the
scene so
performance
much.
scene.
I
I
love it.
need that. I need that in my ears. I need to hear it. I'm very excited. So
Yeah, and it's all like an interpretation, like a conductor interprets a symphony. Like there's words on the page, and there's how the author would read it with their own voice and their own, and so like I know I'm just one interpretation. I'm a big advocate of people reading aloud to each other, to themselves, like it shouldn't just be me and my voice in their heads. But if it's gonna be, I wanted to give my best shot at it. So it's
oh, it's
super
gonna be so
fun.
good. And so I am, in case anyone's just joining us, the book, you're like, what is this book we're talking about? We're talking about two books today. And what we were just talking about is C.S.E. Cooney reading the narration for the audiobook for Alanna McFall's The Traveling Triple-C Incorporeal Circus. We'll put links in the comments, but we are very excited to share that audiobook with you. And what we're doing here today is to help us fund that audiobook, we ran a crowdfunding campaign. And one of the things that we offered was a live signature of C.S.E. Cooney's brand new in pink Saint Death's Daughter in pink paperback. And this is that live signing. So we're going to switch over and start to sign these books. And if you are not familiar with C.S.E. Cooney's work, please get familiar. Look it up, look books up, and especially the pink paperback is out today.
Yes.
And we are here
Oh,
celebrating Saint Death's Daughter's Day.
Edie, choose my pen for me. Do you want this rainbow one or this sort of
Oh,
purpley rainbow one?
oh,
It's difficult, I
this
know.
is difficult. People are gonna be surprised. I'm gonna go with more rainbowy. Yes, that one.
Okay. Ah, good. I refilled
I
this.
know
I
it's
mean,
all
the other
purple
one
here, you
still had
thought,
ink.
but that one spoke to me just now.
Excellent.
So the first thing we're going to do, so again, if you're out there, thank you for joining us. Something about writers are all we're all writers, but when we do get out and talk to people, we'd like to know that somebody's on the other side. So thank you for being that person.
Thank you.
And whether one of these books is yours or not, we're just really happy that you're here with us today. So we have 5 backers who would like a signature only and no personalization. So if you'd like to go ahead and sign these 5 books, I will tell people who these are for. We have one for Lauren in Michigan. Hi, I'm in Michigan. So hello, Lauren. And my old friend, not to say that my friend is old, but I've known him a while, Art in Dayton, where I lived for a decade. Fun fact. One is for Art, and one is for Max in Tampa, Florida. Hello, Max.
Hello, Matt.
And one is for Emma in Georgia.
My pen is cutting through the paper. It's sweet, but I think I need to be less vigorous in my signing.
So, there's an extra bonus if you got one of the early vigorous signings, if you know what I mean. And then we also have one for Anna in San Diego. And those are the 5 vigorously signed pink paperbacks for you.
I might have to. So that was with the rainbow pen, but
okay, now we're going to.
I don't want to like rip every single book.
But there's something incredibly special about a release day vigorously signed rainbow pen book. I think that's actually a collectible right there.
I signed so hard. I broke
Yes.
it. I may have to re-sign one of those.
You just won everything. You realize that the people that are getting these 5 books. So I did not count how many these are, but we have a short list of people. We'll do the one at a time who would like personalization. So let me know when you're ready to do that.
I'm ready. We'll see if this pen is gentler.
So we have Kate in Maryland, and Kate is somebody who I have seen support our project for quite a long time. So Kate, it's so wonderful that you're here. I hope you enjoy this book. And this one should be signed for Kate. And I want to note there's an exclamation point. So it's not just for Kate, it's for Kate.
I super forcated with an exclamation point.
Love it. And now we have one for Kayla in Georgia. And this one is going to be signed to Rose.
Right. To Rose. My auntie's name is Rose, but she doesn't live in Georgia, so I don't think it's her.
And now we have one of Claire's friend's mom has bought one of these books. And so this is Claire's friend Leah, and her mom is having this book signed, Trina.
Now, we don't know if it's for Leah or Trina, so I'm just going to sign it, thank you, Leah's mom, with a heart. And she can give it away if she wants. I love Leah, and I'm sure I would love Trina were I ever to meet her.
And I'm trying not to get too diverted here, but I have been sent some comments. So I see that Sia's here, and I see that Arunel, hello Arunel, and I see that Dragon Spear, hello neighbor, good to see you. I'm glad that you've picked between me and Arvin that you're paying attention to, the right faces right now.
Oh dear, are we up against Arvin Elrond right now?
It is Daystream. We are up against Arvin Elrond, and we will be talking about him at the end because that's where I'm going to be going after this, and maybe some people will join me.
Excellent.
So, now we have Kathleen in Massachusetts, and Kathleen would like to know something about murder pigeons.
Okay. May every day be Murder Pigeon Day. This book is full of.
This is what's great about being a writer and being an editor and being a publisher. Is just like I tweeted the other day, or actually it might have been a Facebook post, but that I got an email about my coins and daggers would be sent a week and a half after the lasering, and I just thought my life is so good that I get emails about lasering coins like that's totally normal. So here we are being like, it's a murder pigeon day, and no one's worried that sounds sketchy. We're like, of course it is.
It's so cool. And a kenning for a hawk or an eagle in like Old Norse is slaughter pigeon or slaughter goose sometimes, which just makes me so happy. So happy.
There's no joy like it.
No.
Really. So, okay. And now we have Elizabeth in Memphis, and this one will be signed to Pope.
Pope is a fine poet, a human rights advocate, a lawyer. They're the coolest. And I love them. To Pope.
Oh, I'm so glad.
Just gonna write a little extra because I know them. Okay.
And this next person I do know is a friend of mine for a while, is in Hawaii, and dearest Laura, and this is for Laura. Is very, very sweet. Well, it doesn't say that, I added that, but Laura is a very sweet person, and it says to Laura. So
well, It's going to
And
be a
I'm
teacher of
sure that
Laura.
Laura would not be bothered if you added a little extra love.
I did with a
Good.
heart.
Perfect. Laura will like that. And now, the amazing, who you saw on our reading, this is to the wonderful romance writer in the Vancouver area, Kella Campbell. And this is to Kella.
Oh, the romance writer.
I'm actually
Oh,
surprising her. To be honest, I'm actually surprising her with this. So
that's so
if Kella's
cool.
watching, I got you a book. I have connections.
I really enjoyed their reading.
Yes, Kella's
Awesome.
wonderful. And the third book in the Smidge series will be coming out very soon. So look for the first books. The first book is now I'm blanking, is Rockstar's Heart. Whew, I got it. Kella Campbell, wonderful romance writer, very very sexy, very rock starry.
Woohoo!
Yes, and the next book we have is close here to myself in Michigan is Katie, and this is assigned to Katie. Hi, Katie, also in Michigan.
Hi, Katie. I see Katie around on the onlines a lot, and it's
Excellent.
always very pleasurable to interact.
And now we have Massachusetts coming back again for another round, and this is Cortland, and this will be signed to Corky.
Corky. To Corky.
Hi, Corky. And this is another person we have both seen on said internet. The next one is to Sia in Helsinki, and I think we have both seen Sia around, and this is signed to Sia.
Sia is so fabulous. They keep a blog called Every Book a Doorway, which is so luminous and like radiant and the most exuberant, unapologetically like full analytical and like super sharp, but also completely tender and loving. Like no reviewer like Sia. Sia gets a big heart, and a thank you.
Apparently, Dragonsphere put in the YouTube chat that he muted Arvin because he's so needy and he's here with us right now. So.
Thank you.
But it's possible that said Arvin might watch this later. I don't know, probably not, but so I should probably, be very, very, very polite and careful.
Arvin will forgive us anything.
It's true.
Practically.
So the next person, we are going all the way to the Netherlands for Femke, who has requested a very interesting signature for Fen the Stem Cell Necromancer.
I love it. I love it, love it, love it. I want to meet a stem cell necromancer.
I think you have a connection to one now. You can.
Awesome. Oops.
And just in case Tessa is watching, hi Tessa, since we're talking to the Netherlands now, in general, the entire region.
Hi Tessa of the Netherlands.
Yes. And I haven't been reading last names, but this next person would like it signed. So we're going to say that to Catherine Randall in South Dakota. And Catherine wants to know if you are interested in perhaps a drawing or doodle.
Ooh, in high school, I taught myself how to draw a rose, like in the Beauty and the Beast, sort of the Broadway musical, which was very classy, like that dripping rose that was falling. Anyway, I'll attempt something like that. And they're just going to have to forgive me. Here's a little leaf. Oh, here's a thorn. Can't have a rose without a thorn.
I may have been a well-seasoned rose doodler in high school myself. So
oh, yeah, it's
like in the middle, and then like the one petal right? comes down, and little thorns.
Yeah. Like the only thing I can draw.
And then we have a last one, and this is from my wonderful, wonderful friend Megan, who I have apparently, if I think about it, known for about 2 decades now, somewhere in there, and who has read all of my books, which there are very few people who can say that. And still just this week provided beta comments for my next novel, Ink Bloom, and I'm so grateful. And This is going to Megan's friend, and this will be signed to Jill.
All right, thank you so much. And Ink Bloom, by the way, it's a fabulous title.
Thank you.
Read it.
I'm really, really thrilled about that book. I just can't wait for people to read it. That's my book. I write as Edie E. Bell, and Ink Bloom is the sequel to Night Ivy, which I'm also very proud of.
Which has a gorgeous cover. I think we have 2 copies of Night Ivy, soft cover and paperback, because I think you really wanted to hardcover it, and you got it too.
Yes, it took a very, very, very long time to get there, and so that'll probably happen with Ink Bloom too. Like at Gen Con, I'll probably have paperbacks, and then it'll be the endless wait for the hardcovers, but we are getting them. They did get funded. So, and I will say a lot of the people that are potentially listening also helped fund my book as well as helped fund this audiobook. So we're all a community, and I'm just grateful for all of you.
Thank
So,
you so much.
Claire, thank you for doing this today.
It was my pleasure. I've never done
Well,
anything like this before.
so let people know anything that you'd like to leave them with today, but I will just add, go check out Saint Death's Daughter in pink paperback.
Well, so last year was a banner year. So this is the hardcover of Saint Death's Daughter. That came out last year in April. And then last year, I think in June-ish, my book Dark Breakers came out. And Dark Breakers is a collection of 5 stories, 3 novellas, a novelette, and a short story. And they all take place in the same world as my Tor.com novella, Desdemona and the Deep. And so if you take Desdemona, you can slip it like right in the middle of Dark Breakers, and chronologically, it all creates a very satisfying and pleasing whole. It's a bit fancy, but then just this month, maybe a week ago, this is the arc, so it doesn't have the full glory of the cover is sort of archified, but it's called The Twice Drowned Saint. It's not a novella, though it is slender, like, you know, this is what happens when I write a book in 3 months versus 12 years. But it is a short novel. And if you've read other things that I've written, like Bone Swans or Dark Breakers or Saint Death's Daughter, there's Easter eggs, since they're all kind of the same world, though there are different continents, different parts of the timeline. But they're like, for somebody who's read a lot of my work, which is not very many people, people will recognize the world starting to unfold. So that's what's going on with me right now.
I love it. I love it. Well, thanks again for doing this. I am going to be heading over to, it is Daystream Day, so I'm going to be heading back to the Arvin Elrond Twitch channel. And so if anyone would like to join me, I have a little thing. So, you know, in Twitch culture, they do these raids, which sounds a bit violent, but it's actually community and helping each other. You're not really like attacking. It's just friendly. It's a good raid. It's a friendly community raid. So if anyone would like to go over to twitch.tv, and then it's Arvin Elrond, and I'm going to spell it. So it's ARVANELERON. That's his wizard, or him. It's the same thing. So go over to twitch.tv/Arvin Elrond. And if you happen to just join even for a couple of minutes, people say like, I didn't come up with a cute rating phrase. I don't know if you have one, Claire, but you know, say something like rating for Emily, or hi, or coming in from, you know, the CSE Cooney stream or something.
Necromancer raid!
Yeah, okay, there you go. See, this is why I, you know, have friends. So if you want to go over there, say you're here for the Necromancer raid. And even if you're already over there, it doesn't matter. You know how this works. I see you, Dragon Spear and Rude. Now let's get over there and do a Necromancer raid. And so we can be the people raiding him this time. So I'm
no more than he deserves.
Yeah, this is great. So, and also he's playing a really fun, if you aren't familiar with Twitch, he's playing a game where chat interacts. It's Sorcery 4. And so it's like, asks questions like, do we look in this room? Do we walk past? Do we take the mountain? Do we take the valley? And chat gets to vote and decide where our adventure leads. And chat does not always make the best decisions. I think it's fair to say. I think even those of us there frequently would agree with that. So, well, happy Saint Death's Daughter pink paperback release day. Thank you for doing this. Thank you to everybody who watched it, whether you're watching it live or watching it later. We appreciate you. Check out Claire's website, CSE Cooney. You can check out me at edebell.com, and you can check out our press at athisarts.com.
They're so cool. They're so cool. So worth reading. Boutique, small press, very classy, with like such a great mission statement.
Thank you so much. All right, we'll talk to you soon. And bye, everybody. I hope you have an excellent rest of the day.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.